Hello, good morning. My name is Sarah Torino of the Whole Woman Wellness Formula, and today is Tuesday. And Tuesday at 10 o'clock Central Time, we are talking Tuesday Tips. Tuesday Tips is a time when we when I bring forward practical tools and tips that can help you when you start looking at your wellness. What's really interesting is yesterday I had this conversation with a colleague of mine, and she said something that really surprised me because I had never considered it before. She said, Sarah, what is wellness? It's such an arbitrary word, and people use it all the time, but they don't really know what it means. You use it all the time, she said to me. You use it all the time. It's part of your program. You say that you are someone who helps people with their wellness, but she was like, I don't really even know what that means. Whoa. I was like, okay, that's really an important piece of information, right? Because it's true. It's true that wellness is a word that people just kind of use as this catch-all phrase that maybe it doesn't really mean anything, or it means different things to different people. So I started thinking about it this morning, and I started thinking, well, maybe that's not such a bad thing. So let's talk about it, because I think it's important. I think definitions are important. I think it's important to get clear on things and the why behind the words. So let's start with the definition. So according to the dictionary, what the definition of wellness is the quality or state of being healthy in body and mind, especially as the result of deliberate effort. Number 2 has 2 definitions. An approach to healthcare that emphasizes preventing illness and prolonging life as opposed to emphasizing treating diseases. That was interesting to me too. So I want to start by saying first that there's a whole industry that is based in wellness. And when you start to pull it apart, I think it's really interesting what we as human beings, particularly in the West, start glomming onto in terms of what wellness is. So let's start just by saying that there's an industry that's under the umbrella of appearance. I'm going somewhere. And under this umbrella of appearance are things like beauty standards. Where do those come from? I start asking questions to pull that apart. Where do we start to believe what is beautiful? What is expected of us in order to look beautiful? Where do those come from? What about body shape? That's under an appearance, right? That's under the appearance umbrella, saying that you, here we go, should look a certain way in order to be beautiful. I like to pull these things apart. What are they based in? What are these beliefs based in? So then what ends up happening is a development of a whole industry, I call it the over-exercise industry, the diet and exercise industry that tells you that, good morning, that tells you that you need to look a certain way in order to be beautiful. Well, I, of course, think that is just a big, huge, heaping pile of crap. I think it's reductionist. I think it's diluted. I think it's diluted. I think it's myopic. I think it doesn't consider anything about how actually humans exist in their bodies. It doesn't take into account. It doesn't take into account anything. Where do they come from? Where does it come from that we're meant to be thin, typically white, and that's what beautiful is? I think it's crap. And I think it's important that we as human beings in the world start to divest ourselves from this messaging that is meant to make you feel cruddy all the time and constantly buying and purchasing. Buying and purchasing things, programs, ideas to help you feel better about yourself, to help you feel good about yourself, to help you match more of what the society tells you that you're supposed to look like. Wow, that doesn't sound like wellness to me. Wellness is deeply personal. So I want to first of all say that let's just talk about body shape, okay? Because that is where a lot of people, and where I have spent a lot of time in myself and with my clients, helping to divest myself and divest my clients away from this industry that tells them that in order to be well, in order to be healthy, in order to be, that they have to look a certain way. Oof. Is that accurate? Is that scientifically accurate? No, it's not. That is not what I teach. That is not what we do. There are 1 million of people out there taking advantage of this system, this diet and exercise system, designed to pull you in and help you get to whatever goals that you want. I'm not that person. Because your size and shape do not say anything about you. Your body says nothing about you. I read something really interesting today where it was talking about dogs and how we as people, we look at dogs and we just delight in all of them. We delight in them in no matter what size they are. We delight in them no matter what shape they are. We delight in them because they're dogs. Wouldn't it be great if we did the same for ourselves? That we just delight, we're all different shapes and sizes. We're all different. We exist in our bodies in all different ways. Wouldn't it be great if we could delight and celebrate that, not only in each other, but in ourselves, so that we weren't on this constant feeling less than hamster wheel? That doesn't sound like wellness to me. So, as I wrote what I thought my definition of wellness, because I get to have one, we all do. I'm getting to that because that's important. My definition of wellness, feeling at ease and contentment in your body, your mind, and your spirit. Because they're all connected with each other. They all connect each other. They're all connected. When you do something that affects one, it affects all. So, more specifically, for me personally, my wellness looks like I want to move well. I want to feel strong. I want to have a lot of energy. I want to be able to focus. I want to be able to not lose my temper. I want to be able to be present in my life. I want mental clarity, right? To me, that's wellness for me. And so therefore, what I do to support my wellness is what I do to help support what my goals are to feel. And so if you can see that wellness is more than dieting and exercise, then you can start to ask the question, what is wellness for me? More importantly, how do I want to feel? How do I want to feel? Because when you can start to answer that question, you're not going to answer the question, I want to feel thin. That's not, those two don't go together. How do you want to feel? Most of the time people, when they come to me, they're saying, I don't want to taking up that much mental energy in my brain. I get it. I want to just feel happy in my body, content in my flesh. How do I get there? How do you take care of yourself, body, mind, and spirit, when you remove diet and exercise from the equation? What does that look like?
And friends, that is what the Whole Woman Wellness Formula is all about.
And I think that's a question to ask. I think it's a question to ask for all of us. Because to me, wellness looks like contentment and ease and celebration of my beautiful body. And yes, moving well for me and feeling strong, but these are mine. What are yours? I mentioned earlier that they're all connected, and I just want to give an example of that. because they're all intertwined with each other. And it's really quite a lovely system. I call this thing here that I live in, I call it my system. It's a system, and it's all connected. So for example, I know that if I take a walk every day, that it's going to help a lot of the things that I really want to do. I want to move well. I want to not be out of breath. I want to be able to run around with my kids. I want to feel strong. It helps my cardiovascular system, right? So it helps me to breathe well as someone with asthma. It increases my blood flow, increases my ability to fight off colds, and ups my immune system. And walking reduces stress hormones. So my ability to be more calm in my body and more focused and offers me more energy because I am going for a walk every day. So when you can start to zoom out a little bit, from the myopic approach to what wellness is, you can really start to tend to yourself in a holistic way, in a whole 360 way. And it moves and it changes from day to day. But to grab hold of body shape and dieting and exercise to get you to a certain body shape, I would just want you to know from personal experience and from experience with the hundreds of clients that I've had, thinness doesn't necessarily equal wellness or happiness, right? All right. I'm bringing this forward today for no particular reason other than to generate conversation. And so if you're with me today, I would love to hear in the comments what wellness is to you and how you personally define it for yourself. All right? I would love to hear that. That would be so cool for me, for us all, to see that we have different opinions about what wellness is for our beautiful selves, and that's really important. It's really, really important to zoom out because you're worthy. You're worthy to love this beautiful system. You're worthy to take care of it. You're worthy to love yourself enough to take care of. And there's the work, right? There's the work. Thank you for joining me for Tuesday Tips. I'm going to talk more about this in the weeks to come and maybe help you get more specific. Hey, thanks. Have a great day. Good to see you.